Imagine a weapon that fires faster than your eyelid can blink, faster than a camera flash, faster than the signal can even travel from your brain to your hand. This isn't a sci-fi laser. It is a biological spring, and it waits on jellyfish tentacles in the ocean. We are taught that movement comes from muscles, contraction, tension, force. But the most violent event in the animal kingdom does not use muscles at all. It uses physics, pure, uncompressed, stored hydrostatic pressure. At the center of this force is a single cell, the cnidocyte. It is a biological spring trap, no larger than a grain of sand, yet it holds the power to trigger a serious reaction in humans. How does it work? And why is it faster than any biological muscle ever evolved? Let's shrink down. We are entering the tentacle of a jellyfish. The surface is covered in thousands of these cells. They look like coiled launchers. Coiled, tight, waiting. Inside each launcher is a capsule, a nematocyst. Think of it as a microscopic harpoon launcher. Inside the capsule is a hollow tube, coiled tight. So tight it defies logic. The tube is inverted. It is turned inside out, stored within itself. Imagine taking a garden hose, rolling it up into a tiny ball, and then sealing it in a pressurized chamber. Now, apply pressure, thousands of atmospheres of it. How? The cell fills the capsule with a fluid rich in polygamma glutamate and calcium ions. As water rushes in, the pressure builds. It wants to explode outward, but the wall of the capsule holds it back. Here is the engineering marvel. The wall is made of a protein called coilin. Scientists recently discovered that coilin acts like steel rebar in concrete. It provides tensile strength, preventing the capsule from bursting under its own internal rage. The wall is strong, but it has one weakness, a trigger. On the outside of the capsule is a trapdoor, a lid, and next to the lid are microscopic hairs called cnidocyls. These are the tripwires. When a prey animal brushes against the tentacle, the cnidocyls bend. The signal travels. The trapdoor pops open. What happens next looks less like ordinary biology and more like stored physics released at once. With the wall breached, the stored energy is released instantly. The fluid rushes out. The tube uncoils. In less than 1 microsecond, the tube flips from its coiled state to its extended state. It shoots out of the capsule like a whip. The tip is armed with barbs and a harpoon-like spine. This is the moment of impact. The tube penetrates the skin of the prey. It injects venom, and then it retracts. The entire event takes mere microseconds. Let's pause and compare this to us. To fire a muscle, your brain sends an electrical signal. The signal travels to the muscle. Chemicals are released. Filaments slide past each other. The muscle contracts. It takes milliseconds. That is 1/1000th of a second. But the cnidocyte? It happens in microseconds. That is 1/1,000,000th of a second. The cell is 1,000 times faster than your nervous system. Why? Because the cnidocyte does not need to generate force. It stores it. It is a battery. The energy was spent slowly, over hours, pumping water into the capsule against the pressure. The muscle must generate force on the fly. The cnidocyte just lets go. This is why jellyfish are so effective. They do not chase. They do not aim. They wait. They create a field of an instant kinetic strike. The predator touches the tentacle, and before it even feels pain, the harpoons have fired, the venom is injected, and the trapdoor has closed. But there is a twist. We think of the sting as a weapon, but for the jellyfish, the nematocyst is disposable. Once fired, the cell is gone. It dies. The jellyfish must constantly regenerate these cells, building thousands of new grenades every day. It is an economy of expendable force. So, the next time you see a jellyfish drifting in the water, do not see it as soft or gentle. See it as a walking army of microscopic cannons, each one a master of physics, each one a coiled spring waiting for the slightest mistake. Nature did not build the fastest mover out of meat. It built it out of pressure. And in the battle of speed, pressure always wins.